Hello YouTube, A7X for Rob Raccoon, A7X here with a long-awaited deck profile I want to do, and that's for X-Sabers. Now I've been running on this on Doing Network for a couple months now, and I'm very comfortable with the build I have right now. I really love this deck, and I was going to play this deck back when pretty much everybody else did, but I didn't want to be labeled as a net decker, and I don't want to be like everybody else, so I just waited, and now I just decided to make them, so I'm working on getting this in real life, and today, actually, I found out this morning that I could spend some of my PayPal money earlier than they said I would be able to, which is great, because going on my cruise leaving for my cruise, my week-long cruise tomorrow, so it'll be nice to come home and get some X-Saber cards. So far, I only ordered 3 Bogards, 3 Fatrolls, and 1 Ultimate Hyunlei, and that was altogether like a little over $30. So yeah, and I'm only gonna have another $14.50 to spend when I get back. So don't know what I'm gonna try to get next. Probably Gotham's Emergency Call because I think that's the next expensive card I need. Anyway, let's just get on with this, and actually one more thing before I start the actual deck profile. I am going to post another video today. It's going to be a big update video. It's over 30 minutes long. I apologize about that, but I am going to be away for a week anyway, so it will be a nice last video for a while for me, so yeah. Anyway, let's get on with the deck profile. Don't know why I moved the camera up and down there. I run 1 Airbellum. Only 1 because I run 3 Full Helms and 2 Pashuls, so. And originally I didn't have this card in here, but no, I decided to, so. And it has a pretty good effect too, so. Yeah. 2 Pashuls, obviously. Gotta put this in your deck. Really good, helps. No, what does it help get? What am I saying helps get out? No, it just helps you, like, when you have no monsters on the field, you just plop that face down defense position. The only downside, obviously, is you have to take 1000 damage during each of your opponent's standby phases. But usually you don't have this card out for too long, so it's alright. I run 3 Bogart Knights, probably my favorite X-Saber. I get a lot of good plays with this card. And if you guys don't know, it's basically once this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 lower X-Saber monster from your hand. And this card cannot be used as a synchro material monster except for the synchro summon of an X-Saber monster, which I normally go for anyway. I'd combine this with Full Helm, and I can get an easy Souza out there. Or if Pashul's there, I go Bogart, Pashul for Hyunlei. Or what else can you do? Trying to think here. Nah, I can't remember. Anyway, 3 Dark Souls, pretty obvious, pretty self-explanatory. Really good card. Don't know how I drew blank there. Wow. Yeah, not really much to say in Dark Soul. Everybody knows why this card's good. 3 Emer's Blade, Searcher, a good Searcher, and this helps me get out a Bogart if I need it, Dark Soul if I need it to try to get a loop going or go for Full Helm. And yeah, there's a pretty good loop you can do in this deck, so. I've only done it once. My friend showed me it the other day. I'm like, oh, dang, this is awesome. But I may or may not explain it. I don't know exactly, but we'll see. 3 Fatrolls. This card is awesome, man. Yeah, this card helps you a lot with, like, I wouldn't say OTK, but like a no, you could say OTK. You could get a good OTK with this. It helps you get out Gotham's. Because, what is it, a 7 or 6? No, it's a 6, okay. It's a 6, so you could go Fotral, Raggy, and then use Raggy's effect to go for Dark Soul, and then you would sync for Gotham's, and then you would use Gotham's effect to get rid of, I think it was, shoot. I forgot who you, shoot. I forgot which card you would use to, was it Rag? No, it wasn't Raggy. I forgot what you do with Gotham's effect, but there are many plays you can do with it. I don't know. That's like the one thing I forget. That one loop you can do with X-Sabers that involves Fotral, Raggy, Gotham's. And I know Dark Soul is a big play in it, but I forgot what it was. I'll probably talk about that when I do a real life deck profile on this. So yeah, we'll wait till then to talk about that, I guess. And then 3 full helms. When your opponent declares an attack, you can select the attacking monster and negate the attack. You can only use this effect once, and I run 3 of them. Good tuner, and this helps me get out. If I have Ember's Blade, it helps me get out Hyunlei quickly. Or, like I said, I'd combo this with Bogart and get out Souza. And then, obviously, I run 1 Raggy. Don't need more than 1 Raggy. And I used to run 1-for-1 in this deck, but I decided to take that out and replace it with something else. And then finally, to end the monster lineup, I actually run X-Saber Garter Strike, because if all else fails, you can get this guy out, and it's kind of like Cyber Dragon, except you just have to have 2 or more X-Saber monsters in your graveyard when you control no monsters, and then you get special summon this card. And this card has helped me out a lot in a couple duels. So that's why I run Garter Strike. One of my friends told me to take it out. He doesn't really see why I run it, but I like throwing in some oddball cards in my deck anyway, and be a little different than other X-Saber decks. So it's my monster lineup. As you can see, it's 20 monsters, 9 spells, 11 traps. And now we will go on to the spells, which are mostly staples, I guess you can say. 1 Book, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 MSTs, 1 Rhoda, and then 1 Warrior Returning Alive. And then I actually run Saber Vault, which is a field spell for X-Sabers, and each face-up X-Saber monster on the field gains 100 attack times its level and loses 100 defense times this level. This card is also helpful to get out opponents' beat stick monsters. And now that we're getting the new spellcaster soon, those cards are going to have high attack, so it does help out against those two. And this card also helped me out with decks, because my opponents just won't have high enough attack. Like, my friend has a deck that runs, he uses the new spellcasters, and we all know how good Arcanine Magician is. I hate that card with a dying passion, just like most spellcasters. But yeah, this card helps me overpower my friend's Arcanine Magician as well as other spellcasters he has, so that's why I run it. And then traps, 2 Bottomless, 1 Call. I originally had it at 2, but 1's fine in this deck. 1 Compulse, love this card. I run it in all my decks, and I'd run more than 1 if I was able to. 1 Fiendish Chain, obviously. No really explanation for that. 2 Gotham's Emergency Calls. A really good card. This helps you swarm out the field, and it's an easy way to get on a Fotral or 2 if you somehow do have 2 in your hand. I know that has happened to me sometimes, so I'm like, oh sweet, a Fotral and I have another one in my hand. Great. If you have 2 Fotrals, definitely try to sync for Gotham's, or yeah, just try to sync for Gotham's in that case. And 1 Mirror Force, 1 Saber Hole. I like this card a lot, actually. works like, I think it actually works better than a bottomless. The only problem is you have to have an X-Saber on the field. Or you have to control an X-Saber. And then 2 Tarentulas. No side deck, because I don't make side decks. And then here's my extra deck. In real life, I'm probably not going to have all these. I'm probably just going to have all the X-Sabers, Utopia, and Colossal Fighter. I'm not going to have Cataster or Black Rose unless it gets reprinted. Brio. I did get a Colossal Fighter, so that'll run. Mistworm and Stardust. I might put a Starlight Road in this deck. I'm not sure yet. And if I do, I'll probably take out maybe a Torrential. 1 Souza, 1 Urbellum, 1 Wayne, 2 Ghanems, 2 Ionlays. Definitely necessary, and this is a good card to get rid of back row. I just hate using it on Dueling Network, though, because you can't select more than 3 targets. And, yeah, it just gets confusing, and then you try to go for 3, and then someone would activate, like, Starlight Road or something. You're like, wait, I'll just destroy 1, and so it's kind of cheating there, but oh well. 1 Invoker, just because it's X-Saber. And then 1 Utopia. So that's it for the deck, guys. Comment below on what you think about it. If you would change anything, what would it be? And whatnot. And thank you all for watching. Thumbs up the video. Rate, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for a massive 30-minute long video, which I'll probably upload later on tonight. That's it for now. Bye, YouTube.